Following the successful implementation of the EAC Customs Union and the Common Market, the East African Community is now set in motion towards the realization of the third pillar of the Monetary Union. The regional bloc is in the final stages of passing the enabling laws that are required in the fulfillment of the dream to have the EAC common currency.
Our target is to ensure that by 2024 we have one single currency. And once we have one single currency, it's going to promote trade at a supersonic speed because it's a facilitator of trade within the region.
And it wastes a lot of time in converting. Two, there is loss of value because of converting the different currencies. Three, it doesn't make sense if we claim to be the same people in East Africa and we are all having different currencies.
The East African Legislative Assembly MPs, chaired by Uganda's representative Dennis Namara, are currently conducting public hearings on the East African Community Financial Services Commission Bill of 2022. The bill seeks to establish an institution to regulate the financial services like insurance, pensions, capital markets, and microfinance sectors.
Where the money does not go to the bank and they are not regulated by Bank of Uganda. We want to have a commission that is going to regulate the money lenders, that's going to regulate the insurance, is going to regulate the capital markets authorities, all those institutions that will not fall within the auspices of the East African Central Bank. 4
institutions are expected to be created, which include the EAC Central Bank, after the Assembly passed the East African Monetary Union and the East African Statistics Bureau, which is awaiting the passing of the East African Community Services Commission and the East African Surveillance, Compliance and Enforcement Commission.
So these 2 laws which are remaining are very important, and we need to pass them as soon as possible, such that by 2024, we are already behind the roadmap.
According to Namara, the 2 remaining laws, once passed into law and assented to by the heads of state, will lead to the realization of member states' dream of having a regional currency. The 2 bills are likely to be passed in the coming sitting to be held in Rwanda, starting on the 23rd of October 2022.
Before the end of this 4th year, on 17th of December, this bill should have been enacted into law.
Once the East African Community Services Commission is established, all other regulators of insurance, pensions, capital markets, and microfinance sector are expected to operate under a regional law.
The partner states must amend their laws to be in conformity with the regional law.
It will not be the first time the East African Community has a common currency. The East African shilling was the currency of the countries in what was then British East Africa. It continued to be used until 1966 when Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania introduced their own currencies. Jingo Francis, NTV.